Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Coming up this week, free dining may be coming after all. Disney's after-hour event sees low attendance, or does it? And an opening date has been announced for Disney Springs Town Center. Also, we'll have our favorite trip planning threads from disboards.com for the month of March. And you're all about to meet the newest member of the Diz team. All that coming up next. From the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 881, for the week of April 19th, 2016. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you live from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner. Joined at the table this week by my good friends John Magi.
Hi, everybody.
Kevin Close.
Hi, everyone.
Jackie Gailey.
Hi, guys.
Back in the production nook, our producer, Craig Williams.
Hi.
And on his next to last show, breaking my heart slowly, the one and only Mr. Steve Porter.
Hello.
He's killing you softly.
Killing me softly. And I'm very happy to introduce to you the newest member of the Diz team, Mr. Oliver Green.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show. And Oliver was the winner of Diz Idol.
Was it?
And
Still got confetti in your hair, do you? I hate when that happens.
He's going to sing that uplifting song now
At the end, right?
Yeah.
Believe
his
in
dreams.
Right, or dreaming or magic or believing.
So Oliver, welcome. Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. You've all been so kind so far. I'm Oliver. I'm the newest member of the team.
That's already been covered. Tell us
It has, yeah. I'm just, recapping. Just
Leave him alone.
Thank you. I know.
What, we're going to treat him different?
Right now, yes.
Oh.
I have emigrated, as you may be able to tell, from the United Kingdom to America. I married an American. And I'm here because I have an unhealthy love, or healthy, depending on how you look at it, love for theme parks, paired with a media degree, I suppose. So it's perfect pairing.
Background in filmmaking?
Yes, I do, yeah. I've got a Bachelor of Arts in Filmmaking. I've got a degree in film and television production also. It's pretty much me.
So it's really, really happy to have you with us and helping us forget about the betrayal that is Steve's leaving. But no, really happy.
You know, on the Brady Bunch, when they brought on Oliver, the show went down the tubes. I'm just saying.
It's not cousin Oliver.
Okay, as I've been finding out over the last few days, any of those references are lost on him.
This is going to be fun.
This is going to be a lot of fun. When I said, but you are Blanche, you're in that chair. He looked at me like, quoi?
We just got TV.
So, no, Oliver, welcome to the show. Really glad to have you aboard. All right, couple things. In housekeeping this week, most of the team is moving over to, for lack of a better term, I hate the term, but it's what they're called, fan pages on Facebook. Our personal Facebook pages have gotten a little unwieldy. Mine was completely out of control. They cap you at 5,000 friends, and I hit that a while ago, and there were like 500 friend requests pending. And so I moved over to one. I know Rhino has, Jenny Lynn has. I think Oliver just started one.
Certainly did.
And encouraging the rest of the team to do the same thing. Just it's easier. So we'll put links up to everybody's Facebook profiles. I know some people were thinking like I didn't like them because I wasn't approving. I didn't approve your friend request because I couldn't. So,
John and I are not on Facebook, but you can find us on Twitter.
Yes, they are on Twitter, and they battle with each other constantly.
We do.
For
I want you to know, since you made that announcement, I got like 15 new followers. So, John.
15 or 50?
15.
Wow,
15.
Big numbers.
Oh, sarcasm.
You really be nice to Oliver.
So we'll have links to everybody's Twitter and Facebook profiles in the show notes page, disunplugged.com. That's where you can find links to everything we talk about on the show. Speaking of shows, this week, the Dreams Unlimited Travel podcast that just went up yesterday was the Q&A show, where you were answering questions from listeners and viewers.
Correct.
Next week, we're talking about Disney Deluxe Resorts, and that is also going to be a larger theme next week that you'll start seeing on Monday when we release our What We Love About the Disney Resorts Deluxe Edition. We're going to be talking about Polynesian, the Contemporary, the Beach Club, and Animal Kingdom Lodge. And this is kind of a different take on our 7 and 7s. Just decided to do something different with it and hope you enjoy it. But you'll see the first of those next Monday, along with the Dreams Unlimited Travel show focused on the deluxe resorts. Of course, live on Mixlr.com every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and on iTunes every Monday, the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged with Tom Bell and his team. On this week's edition, Nancy Johnson has some suggestions for a Mother's Day trip to Disneyland. Nice place to go for Mother's Day. And on Thursdays, of course, the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged with Craig Williams, and we'll just call them the Craigettes. And this week, Craig?
Oh, this week we're going to have a fun one because we're talking about the Sinbad show over at Islands of Adventure and our take on it. I have a feeling it's going to be very against Sinbad, but who knows?
Is that show still going on?
It's still going on.
Absolutely.
That was bad when it first opened.
Well, that's the thing, is that this is, I don't even think I can say arguably, this is the worst show in the theme park anywhere, ever, in the history of theme parks. So this should be a very interesting Thursday. Disunplugged.com, 1 p.m. Eastern.
And we should say, too, that Oliver will be joining us on that show as well, too.
Yes,
so
Oliver will be part of the Universal team as well.
unless you don't like him, then we can always change
Right.
that. So.
Unless it hurts Craig's ratings and
I think
viewership.
Oliver's
then he'll
getting
be
a good
gone.
rating right now. They want him to do the news.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Great. Screw the new guy, right?
I mean, you know.
Go ahead. Throw John under the bus for the new
They
guy
just threw him
and
right under.
make this guy's life a living hell.
They want to listen
Smart.
to his accent.
That's all right. You're going to get to hear it.
What, you don't like my accent? Jeez.
Just do it in an English accent, you'll be fine.
That would be scary.
No, actually, we'll have John do the news, but Oliver will do the voice.
Oh, is
So
that
you'll
what it
lip
is?
sync Oliver doing the news.
Excellent. I'm
I'm gonna go take a nap. Call me when this is over.
apparently I'm the unattractive actress now, or I can only supply my voice.
And of course, every Friday this month, we've been releasing the latest series of the Connecting with Walt podcast with Michael Bowling and Craig Williams. This week, Michael and Craig examine how Roy worked to bring Walt's vision of Disney World to a reality and manage the company without his brother to make the decision. So that will be up on iTunes this Friday, and of course, you can find it at disunplugged.com. So what else do we have for housekeeping?
My house is clean.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty much here, too.
Nothing?
Just busy this week. Been a little bit crazy.
Yeah, it has been for you guys.
I should say, follow us along on Twitter, Facebook, and all that right now. The Awaken Summer media event's happening. So as we speak, Corey is at a conference hearing about ABD, DCL, and more. And tonight they're supposedly going to give us a look at Rivers of Light. But we'll see if that happens.
I thought that was supposed to be last night.
No, that's tonight. Last night
Okay.
we got to dive into the world of Star Wars at Hollywood Studios, and so that was last night. Then tonight, Rivers of Light and Animal Kingdom's nighttime offerings. So follow us along on social media to see all the latest news from that.
Awesome.
Cool beans.
All right, then we're going to throw it over to Johnny with the news.
All right, our first news story. Free dining may be coming soon. During an apparent computer glitch this week, dates for a possible free dining promotion at Disney World were seen on the Disney Travel Agent's website. The dates listed were August 23rd through October 1st, 2016, November 15th through the 21st of 2016, November 26th and through the 28th of 2016, December 10th through December 21st of 2016. The information was quickly removed, but it looks like we will possibly see this promotion being released very soon.
Didn't folks in England just get this?
Yeah, they just this week they're getting it. A big email went out to the UK market saying they're getting free dining with the package, but I believe their minimum length of stay is 14 days.
Yep, it's normally 2 weeks.
Is that normal?
Yeah, it's completely normal. That's what we do.
It's what we do.
It's a long flight.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a long way.
shorter.
9 hours here, so...
Well, I was surprised that they made the minimum package length for that, because that's like guaranteeing you have to stay on property for 2 weeks. But then again, with the exchange rate being what it is, it's about, $1.50 for you people versus what it costs us.
Yeah, I think it's just dropped ever so slightly. But
Wow, I just did the you people.
You people.
You
wow.
people.
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you mean, you people?
You know what it means. Yeah, people from the UK usually travel. I know exactly what it means. People from the UK usually stay here much longer, and this is their attempt to capture
So sensitive.
What?
I was thinking the same
To
thing.
capture that market, to sort of make people now, instead of staying off property at a house, they usually rent houses, and saying, come and stay at Disney. And for those of you who are wondering, you can't book this promotion through a U.S. travel agency. This is something that Disney does. It's very weird. They separate their travel agency divisions. So if there's a UK promotion, it cannot be booked through a U.S. travel agency. So hopefully we will get ours soon.
And
Once all the good restaurants are gone.
Exactly.
yeah, but here's the thing that I keep trying to remind people of when it comes to the free dining promotion. There was a time some years ago where this was a really good deal. Free dining was a good deal. Those days have kind of passed. This is more just an illusion. They almost always release a room-only discount coinciding with free dining. And oftentimes, depending on the resort, occupancy rates, the time of year, all of that stuff, the room-only discount and paying for the dining package yourself ends up being less expensive than going with the dining plan. With the dining plan, you're paying rack rate, or with the free dining promotion, you're paying rack rate for that room. So sometimes it works out to be cheaper. So really trying to encourage people, do your homework. Go ahead and price out both the room only with the free dining add-on, or
The other way around.
the other way around.
Package. What usually happens, though, is free dining becomes really good for the people who have already booked their trip. I already booked my trip. I already know that I'm going to have dining on my reservation or not. I've got my park tickets involved in my package. So this is the people who really benefit from this. And this is where Dreams Unlimited Travel comes in that we automatically apply it for our clients who have already booked for this week. But yeah, I mean, when you're looking at I don't understand Disney's logic for a new booking. It doesn't make sense to me that they're going to get a lot of new bookings because, let's face it, for the most part, people can't travel at those times of year.
Yeah.
That's when kids are in school. That's people specifically don't travel because they can't, not because they don't want to. So I don't know how much more attendance they get out of it.
No. I mean, look, remember when the parks were empty in September? They're not anymore. So I think that has a lot to do with it, Steve.
I will say, just in defense of dining, though, is that I think it's a cool feature for people that want to come and not have to worry. Like, they can go to a restaurant and not have to worry about what items cost. They can just get whatever they want, and I think that's some of the...
You can do that by paying for the dining plan also.
Right. But when you come and it's already paid for, you don't have to... You're
People
not
enjoy an all-inclusive vacation.
Right,
It's
right.
not
However,
uncommon. You lost
and I'm not
a leg,
arguing with you. I agree with you. But
Split screen.
You like him.
I do like
We
him.
like Steve very much.
I like him better when he's gone.
Oh.
I'm joking. Paying for the room and paying for the dining can work out to be less expensive than booking the free dining package.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
So you're getting the same exact amount of perks with both, but if you do it the other way, you might be able to save money too.
You're being overbearing.
Right. Understand.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about
Overbearing and
doing
obnoxious.
room only and taking paying for the dining plan, as opposed to getting the free dining plan.
Oh, okay,
Because-
okay.
Right.
I got you,
I'm not
gotcha.
talking about
You
paying for
didn't
dining out
understand
of
it when I
pocket.
said it, but you understood him.
Right.
You're
I speak
sucking up.
Steve. I speak Steve.
However, I agree with Stephen that people enjoy what they call an all-inclusive. That's why the cruise line is so popular, because everything's included. That's why things like Adventures by Disney and things like that, people like that idea of no out-of-pocket expense. So I can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, story number 2. Reports of low attendance at Disney After Hours event. Thursday, April 14th was the first Disney After Hours event at the Magic Kingdom, and it may not have been all that Disney had hoped for. Disney After Hours was announced a few weeks ago, and for $149 per person, gives guests the chance to stay in the Magic Kingdom for 3 hours after park closing. Ice cream bars and bottled beverages were also included. It is only held on select dates and was advertised to have a limited amount of people attend. According to reports, there was only about 1,000 people in attendance that evening. These may not have all been paying guests, though, because free admission was given to travel agents and ticket sellers attending a special marketing event that day, as well as DVC members. Disney never confirmed how many people the event was limited to, though internet speculation is that it will be capped at about 3,000 guests total. Most rides were open, and photos and reports from social media say that they were all walk-ons, with many people reporting having the attractions completely to themselves. The people who were there gave the event high praise, saying that though it was a splurge, the low crowds felt like VIP treatment. The event is also planned for April 21st, 28th, May 5th, 8th, 12th, and 19th.
And the vast majority of the Diz team is going to be there this Thursday. We're going to do it this Thursday night and check it out. And I don't know that. I think that it's way too early to judge whether or not this is a failure. You got a lot of people saying, "Oh, they didn't get the people. Nobody's going to go."
We also have to take into account that there were really bad thunder and lightning storms Thursday night on the 14th.
Yeah.
The weather was kind of bad. I mean, John and I had an invitation to it, and we looked outside and thought, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that had something to do with it, too.
But the event, from what I understand from a cast member I spoke to, was marked as sold out after they made all these invitations. So while the internet may be speculating that Disney is capping it at 3,000, I think they may be capping it at 1,000. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to prejudge because I want to go check it out. But $150 to be able to spend 3 hours in the Magic Kingdom, and there's only 1,000 people there for a park that can easily absorb 50 to 60,000 people.
We were talking about
yeah,
this.
I'll take that. And especially when you consider the list of attractions that's open.
I think there's 26 attractions
26
and shows.
attractions and shows are open during this event. So, there's all this belly aching about, money grab, money grab, money grab. I don't know about
He's
you,
talking to you.
but if that's where they're capping it, if they're capping it at 1,000, you know what? Even if they're capping it at 3,000.
Yeah.
So let's, look, I want to go experience it for myself before I say one way or the other, but I got to be honest, I'm extraordinarily excited about Thursday night.
We were talking about this, and we were sort of saying, let's put it in the perspective of when we were coming to Disney. If we were coming to Disney on a regular vacation like we used to come, before we moved here, and they offered this, and you can get in at 7 p.m., so you have a few hours before the event actually
We would
starts.
go in and see the shows and the
So
parades.
We go in and see the shows, see the parades. This would be an incredible opportunity.
So,
for
yeah,
us.
think about it. You get, in this particular instance, you're going to get 7 hours in the Magic Kingdom because it goes until 2 a.m. on Thursday. So you get from 7 to 11, normal, and then from 11 to 2. So you have 7 hours in the Magic Kingdom, $150. Soft drinks and ice cream are included, 26 attractions open, and for 3 of those hours, you're basically on your own. You're basically not fighting with anybody walking down Main Street. When was the last time you had that experience?
I talked to somebody who said they just got off the mine train and got back on.
Yeah. So when you start putting it into perspective like that, we as Disney fans have spent far more for much less.
Also, think about too. if you really massage this right and you say, you know what, I'm going to buy a 5-day length of stay and this will be my 6th day. So now you've worked your tickets around not having that day in the park. This is a great day in the park.
And people do that all the time when they're buying tickets for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Halloween party, that they adjust their ticket purchases, their length of stay ticket purchases around that plan. And I don't know. Again, I'm not going to judge it until I've experienced it, but...
I was actually talking to my mom about this because she was saying, it seems like a really cool event. And she was saying, do you know who would be really cool for is conference people who are at a conference all day, and then they can go to the park later, and then they have the park to themselves, and they probably aren't going to be... The conference is probably only like a weekend or something like that. So their opportunity to get into the park for the one day and experience almost everything is like perfect for them.
So
that's a good point.
Conference folks are usually offered a discounted ticket.
Yeah, but again, not usually those tickets are
during regular hours.
Right. So
I don't think this is a money grab at all. I think it's amazing what they're doing. They're giving away stuff. They're making. I mean, you're really.
No, they're not giving away stuff. They're charging you $150 for it. So they're not giving away anything.
Someone said it's a great way to get rid of their old ice cream.
That's like saying you bought an airline ticket and they're giving away peanuts.
But it costs them a lot of money to keep that park open like that.
Yeah, okay, but look, I
mean,
can't cast this in the light of public service. This isn't Disney doing this out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah.
They're doing this for the purpose of making a profit.
Definitely.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
okay
the
with
problem here. That's the problem, is that people think that a company making a profit is somehow wrong. And again, it confuses the hell out of me. What country do you people live in? This is the way of it here. This is what America is, okay? We are private enterprise, and companies are in it to make money. I said it in the Daily Fix today. They don't give away magic, they sell it.
Yep.
And we buy. So this whole thing about, you want to do it, but you can't afford it, so nobody should be able to do it, that's nonsense. Nonsense. Or that they should just make it free for you because, I don't know, you got everybody in your age group got a damn trophy in Little League. So everybody's a winner, nobody's a loser, and you're a precious little snowflake. Doesn't work like that. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You can still go and do other things. Nothing is being taken away from you. So there, I'm done now. I just get so frustrated with it.
I'm not a precious little snowflake, apparently.
You're my precious little snowflake.
You couldn't even get through that, could you?
No, I almost
choked on it.
I brought up a little ego.
All right. Look, Oliver got to sit next to me during a rant.
All right, our third and final news story. Disney Springs Town Center to open May 15th. The Disney Parks blog has announced an opening date for the Town Center section of Disney Springs. The announcement said that some locations would be open at the same time, but the majority of the venues would be open by July 1st, 2016. Town Center is the last section of Disney Springs to open, though there are still some venues in the other areas that are not open yet. This is where the story of Disney Springs begins. The storyline goes that settlers were attracted to the area by a series of natural springs. It will feature a central promenade along which guests can find shopping and dining.
And these were natural springs that spouted money. That's what they were attracted to.
Or alligators. Should call it Alligator Springs.
Alligator Springs, yeah. I'm excited to see this project finally come to some form of completion. I love what they've done with it so far. I really love the vibe. I love what they're adding in there, the restaurants, the stores. Very excited to see the second garage open in 2028. And, whatever else comes.
I'm going to be happy.
2028?
Just caught that?
I'm sorry.
2018. I'm going to be excited to see the marketplace again. We were talking about this the other day. We haven't been to the marketplace since this all started. It's just too inconvenient for us to get to the marketplace. So it'd be nice to be on that.
Well, once that other garage is open, that'll be a lot easier.
Even that center section will make it a little bit easier too to get through.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So, wow, we're just rolling through everything.
That's
here,
because Oliver's not talking.
Yeah, really. Just sitting there being all British and whatnot,
sucking up my money,
stiff upper lip and everything. All right. Well, thank you, John. We
You're
are
welcome.
going to move on to rapid fire, and we'll throw it over to you, John.
All right. SeaWorld CIO leaves for Arby's, which at first I just thought was like her away message for the day. Going Arby's. SeaWorld Entertainment Chief Information Officer Darla Morse is leaving the company for Atlanta-based Arby's restaurant. What I found was interesting is I didn't realize her background. Before she went to SeaWorld, she spent 17 years with the Walt Disney Company, where she was part of the initial team behind Magic Bands. She also was involved with the startup of the Disney Cruise Line and opening of Hong Kong Disneyland parks and resorts. So I think this is an interesting transition to go from SeaWorld to Arby's. But
She went from taking care of animals to slicing them up
I
for
was just
sandwiches.
going to say, just shove it in Peter's face, aren't you?
Bet she develops whaley sauce.
Well, and didn't I could have sworn there was a thing last week. Isn't Joel Manby stepping down? The guy
Say more about that.
chief executive of SeaWorld. I thought I saw that he was leaving.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's her. I
He's
don't
going
know.
to work at Arby's.
He's going to work at Arby's too. They're both going to be fry captains. All right, thank
She's
you,
going to have
John.
the Arby's Magic Band.
All right, Kevin.
I'm going to talk about ABD. ABD 2017 dates come out tomorrow if you're a return guest. You have to have completed an adventure if you would like to book the first 2 days. It opens to the general public on Friday the 22nd. Last week, I made a not-so-veiled reference to the fact that we were working on something for summer of 2017. Some of you got it, some of you didn't, and some of you just didn't care. I alluded to the fact that we were trying to put a Backstage Magic up against the D23 convention. We are still going to have a Backstage Magic trip for bumped up against the D23 convention. However, D23 wants nothing to do with ABD. They want nothing to do with us. And the flat out answer, if we could sort of have this work together, was no. No. There was no gray area, just no. So that's not something we can work out. However, if you're interested in attending the D23 convention, we will have the Backstage Magic that butts up right against it. Send me an email at kevin@dreamsunlimitedtravel. We don't have a contract for this yet, but I've been told that date is ours. So if you're interested, you're going to have to book D23 on your own, but as John pointed out, we'll try and work on getting a block of rooms for after the Backstage Magic for the Anaheim Hilton, but you would have to register for D23 at whatever level you want to register on your own.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Jackie.
Okay, so if you guys are fans of Pandora bracelets, there is going to be a special Pandora jewelry event launch from April 29th and 30th at the Cherry Tree Lane inside the Marketplace Co-op at Disney Springs Marketplace. And for the first time, they're going to have actually 2 items that are 14 karat gold. So really, really pretty. The first item is a 0.925 sterling silver bracelet with a 14 karat gold clasp, and it's called Shimmering Mickey Swirls, and it's really pretty. So I don't know if you guys have, I have the special Pandora bracelet that's the one that has Cinderella Castle on it, and it's the exclusive Disney Parks one. This one is also exclusive, but it's 14 karat gold, which is really cool.
Is the pendant separate? The bead is separate from the bracelet, right? You don't have to buy the separate.
Yep, the bead is the second item, and it looks similar to the clasp. It complements the clasp on this particular bracelet, and I think it's really beautiful. I love the swirl, and I may have to. My charm bracelet isn't quite full yet, but I might need to justify getting that one because it's really pretty.
Are there any prices on that?
We don't have, let's see, I don't see any prices. But the event is going to be the 29th and 30th. So if anybody is in town, you can go to that event where I'm sure they'll have pricing available. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Love Cherry Tree Lane. It's my very favorite.
Thank you, Jackie.
You bet.
Oliver, for his first rapid fire.
So I'm going to be talking about the Wishes dessert party. They are now, as of today, actually taking same-day reservations as well as advanced reservations, and it's revealed what we're going to be doing with, or what they're going to be doing, with the former FastPass Plus viewing area for the fireworks. That's going to be used for firework viewing for same-day reservations for the dessert party.
And that's the one that's off of Plaza, the Plaza Gardens.
That's correct, yes. If there's space available, people that have booked in advance can choose to view it in either location, but from what I read, it's just going to be in that one particular location for same-day reservations.
I feel like they might have a problem where there's going to be just so many people that just want to watch it from the FastPass location that there's no one going to be watching it from Tomorrowland Terrace anymore. Why would you pick that over?
I've always found that Tomorrowland Terrace location
horrible
to watch the fireworks.
Right up against the fence.
You have to go right up
Otherwise,
against
there's
it.
Why do you want a roof over your head if you're
Not
trying to
only
watch
that,
the
you're
fireworks?
Watching fireworks, exactly.
You're also to the right, so the fireworks are off center there. You don't exactly get a center shot of the castle.
Right. I almost don't understand. I feel like the same day reservation people should be the people that have to stay, and the advanced people should get to have the good seating. I don't really get that.
My opinion, the train station should be where the dessert party is.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So, all right, thank you, Oliver. Back to you.
Yay, Oliver, you did it.
Here's your trophy.
Really? You're special. Yay.
Special little snowflake. From one special snowflake to another. Craig?
Okay, well, last night, one of the parts of the media event was talking about the brand new Star Wars fireworks show that's going to be debuting this summer, and unfortunately, we weren't allowed to take any photos or videos of what's being planned. But there was a tiny little model of the Chinese theater that was shooting projections on it to kind of simulate how it's going to be in the show. And if you've seen Disneyland Forever or watched our videos on it or anything involved with that, it's going to be basically the same technology and an upped version of what they already started with Celebrate the Magic.
Is that what they project on It's a Small World there?
Yes, as well as that. So they've come a long way in upgrading the technology so it's clear, just better. But also the show director, I believe he was the show director, but from Imagineering, Michael Roddy was there to answer questions. And so he shared quite a bit about the show with us in terms of details. First thing, they are, I keep saying upgrading the technology. They're taking it to a whole nother level, especially with the music and the soundtrack. It's still going to feature the iconic John Williams music that should accompany every Star Wars movie. However, for the first time, they are going to be playing the music in 7.1 surround sound in the park. So instead of just having speakers all around playing the same thing, it's actually going to turn into an immersive music experience in terms of...
That could be very interesting.
Yeah, so his example was there, you might see projections of X-Wing going from one side of the screen all the way to the other, but you might also then have that sound traveling behind you and hearing it too. So that's the first big development they're making on it. The next thing is kind of shared that the best place that you can view this show will be right in the hub in front of the Chinese theater. Not like Disneyland Forever, where the best view is actually if you stand all the way in the back and watch it all happening. None of the projections are going to be on Hollywood Boulevard there. It's just on the Chinese theater and surrounding buildings, so you're going to want to get up very close. But one of the aspects that will make this show extremely repeatable is that there's basically the way the buildings are set up out front, there's going to be 3 different screens that you can focus on. So, you can keep moving your head back and forth to look at the show, but the only way to get a complete experience of seeing everything that it has to offer is by seeing the show at least 3 different times. So you can kind of watch the different aspects of it. And as you can see in the
It's amazing what they have to do to get people back into that park.
But it's going to be amazing. And as you can see in the concept art, they're adding basically flamethrowers on top of all the buildings.
Again, amazing what they have to do to get people into that park.
They have to blow up the Chinese theater every night.
And they will. Just brand new fireworks effects. This show, from the way they're talking about it, this has the potential to be the best nighttime show in a Disney park.
I'm very concerned about that area where you have to watch it from. It's so small.
It is
compared to everywhere else that they show fireworks.
Especially when they're telling you that no place else is as good.
One of the aspects that I do like about it is if you've been over there now, they have the new Star Wars Galaxy Far, Far Away show. The stage that they actually built for it, at night, it will move into the ground. Kind of the opposite of Phantasmic, where it's standing room and then it pops up over at Disneyland. It'll be the opposite. The stage will be there during the day, and then before the show, it'll sink down into the ground, so that way it opens up even more viewing areas than you'd have before.
Oh, okay.
Another really, really nice little touch that they're adding in.
They used to do
for
that in
this show.
Disneyland 100 years ago. In Tomorrowland, I've seen video. There was a stage that rose up out of the.
They actually still do that for the Jedi Training Academy out there now. So we got to see it. It was my first time ever seeing that. It was so freaking
The video
cool.
shows Annette Funicello coming up out of the ground.
That'd be even better.
I agree.
Yeah. Not the Jedi
As a
Training
Jedi, though.
Academy is bad at all, but no, I'm very excited. It was my first time actually seeing the updated Symphony in the Stars fireworks they have there last night, and there's something about the fireworks in Hollywood studios that are just they up it for everything. Even the Frozen fireworks were extremely impressive that they've had over there, and I know way back in the day everyone loved the Sorcery in the Sky fireworks that were there. It's just they always know how to up their game on their nighttime shows there.
We were there one time, and I forget where he went, but Obama visited Disney World, and they canceled fireworks someplace else, and they decided that have them at MGM or Disney Studios, and they were spectacular, just spectacular.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be very exciting when it opens up. So,
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Craig. Steve.
So Mickey and Minnie have had a makeover in Shanghai. They look a little bit different. I don't know is that the picture of them where they look different? Because they look,
How do they look different?
well, my picture looks, you can tell a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, you're not helping me.
But
5 miles away.
yeah, so they look a little different there. I don't know if the change is coming to the American parks.
What makes them look different, Steve?
Yeah. Describe.
They
Use your
just have
words.
different masks.
If
I don't know.
if you read the comments on where this was posted, it's rarely 50-50. Most people are saying, I see no difference whatsoever. And other people are like, I hate this. This is the worst thing ever. I'm never going to Disney again.
I think it looks
So-
a little plasticky more now. I don't know.
I don't see a big difference.
I think it's the eyes. They look when I look at those, there's no expression at all. They look dead inside.
Much like the Chinese.
Oh,
Hey, I didn't say that.
see, I see the opposite. Their eyes, to me, have a little bit more character. What I don't like is at their cheekbones. That's where something looks off to me. It looks a little bit more puckered, a little bit more like cutesy Japanese animation style, which for Shanghai makes no sense. But I don't know. It's
Alex, I'll take xenophobia for 1,000.
Also, someone just pointed out that Minnie no longer is wearing lipstick. I couldn't talk for a little bit, but
I didn't realize she was wearing mixed lipstick before.
She's letting herself go.
and no eyeshadow. People said she used to have eyeshadow.
they've been married a long time.
In
They've
an
been
effort
together
to
a
get
long
back
time.
to the land, she's going natural.
Is she? I think their hands are different because now they're smaller, so they can make iPads.
Stop.
Oh,
What? Not appropriate?
Too soon?
Too soon?
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Steve. We're going to move on, and Jackie Gailey has the top 5 trip planning threads from disboards.com for the month of March. We're a little late with it this month.
I have one
I was
question.
just going to say, you're going to say
Is
anything?
yours number 1?
How many of them
No,
are
it's
yours?
not.
Okay.
That one was a fun thread, though. There was a lot of magic
Yes,
and
we get it.
pixie
It was the
dust in
best
there.
thread ever. We understand.
Good. As long as there's an understanding here, I just want to make sure of that. You guys are silly. Okay, so for the number 5 thread, so speaking of Shanghai Disneyland, they're getting ready to open on the 16th of June, and I picked for the number 5 thread the Shanghai Disneyland grand opening trip planning thread. So you can find this thread on the other lands section of our global neighbors board. So Woo's Felix started this thread. So folks planning on being at Shanghai Disneyland for their grand opening could chat amongst themselves and maybe make plans to meet up. If you're planning on being at this, the park looks gorgeous.
It does.
I'm dying. I can't believe how beautiful. I mean, that castle is just...
18 months. 18 months.
I just can't believe how gorgeous it is. I've never been to an overseas Disney park, and it just amazes me how different some of the things really are there. I mean, the attractions, it's just really, really cool. So if you're planning on being there, this thread is called Shanghai Disneyland Grand Opening Trip Planning Thread. And definitely hop in that thread. Number 4 is the Rumors of Light, which was previously the Rivers of Light dining package is showing up as an option. So apparently right at the end of February, poster Ariel SRL started this thread because a friend of hers briefly saw a Rivers of Light dining package available in My Disney Experience. So she just briefly, for a split second, saw this thing available and posted on the Disboards. And this thread has actually been between 10 and 15 of the first 20 slots for the entire month of March for our trending threads for the month.
And the way that works, folks, is that because every page in a thread is considered a separate page, so, one thread could have 5 slots in the top 10 because if, 5 pages of that are really popular, that's how it's going to be picked up by our analytics. So what Jackie is saying basically is that for many days throughout the month of March, 15 of the top 20 pages on the Diz were related to this thread.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. That doesn't happen very often.
Like every time a new page started, that was trending the next day. It was really crazy. So, and now that everybody's made friends and all the anticipation, there's been a new thread created over on the theme parks, attractions, and strategies board for everybody to kind of hang out.
And now they're calling it Rumors of Light?
Rumors of Light.
Well, that's the other thing that, WDW News Today, WDWNT.com was reporting today that they're now hearing that Rivers of Light may not open until after summer. Yeah. And, last week, I think it was, I speculated that this had something to do with Shanghai. Subsequently, from some emails I received and some people I talked to, it really doesn't have anything to do with Shanghai. They are apparently employing some very different technology in this show, and they're having issues making this technology
Someone
work.
said that last week. Who could have that have been? Me.
Shut up.
And they have to have room for the orcas
They do.
now that they're out of work at SeaWorld.
They gotta have Arby's. No,
So-
actually, we had heard, but I had heard not specifically direct information or anything, but the speculation was that the technology was so new that they're really having trouble deploying all aspects of it, and that what the press will see tonight is not going to be the full show.
Right.
That's what I've heard.
Didn't you say this morning that they think one of the boats sank too?
That was one of the rumors.
That was
It's
one of
not
the-
confirmed, but one of the rumors is that one of the barges or boats that they use in this show sank.
Rivers of Light.
Gosh, I hope not.
Rivers of Titanic.
Yeah.
The doors float. The doors float.
I hope that's just a rumor. I hope that really didn't happen. Those things are
Nobody died.
small fortune.
It's okay.
I know, but
And they've got the money. Wow,
do
really?
they? Do they really though?
Codependent No More, Melody Beattie. Read it. But I'm looking forward to this. I know that
I don't know what that means, but it's
Me either. I'll just laugh.
she's
though.
like so codependent over like Disney losing money. They're giving away free things. Anyway.
They worked hard to make that.
Oh, God. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm very surprised, though, that Disney got as far as a press event and this wasn't ready. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's very rare when there's going to be a preview or a press event that show's not ready. I am surprised this press
I've
event
never seen
hasn't
it.
been
Never seen it
canceled.
before. Never seen it. In, 18 years we've been doing
I'm
this.
talking even like, they don't show you the rough cuts of movies. Movies, when it goes to the critics, it's completely edited. When a Broadway play opens and invites the critics in, it's ready. The critics don't come and watch dress rehearsals,
This tells me that this is, potentially this is being rushed. This is being rushed. There's an awful lot of pressure to get this open.
Wasn't there a lot of problems opening World of Color?
There were, but
I remember there being delayed.
But it was ready for the press event.
But I think they moved the press event. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. If that's not true,
I don't remember specific. Well, no, that was. I don't remember. Actually.
I think that was ready for an anniversary. Was it the 50th anniversary?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I seem to remember there being issues with that opening, that it didn't work right.
Yeah, they had some issues, but I don't know.
That's what you get when you get brand new stuff, you know?
Right, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
here's the deal.
absolutely.
Disney's inventing this. It's not buying anything off the rack.
I was
This is
going to
all.
say, it's pretty incredible
Yeah,
what they're
it really
doing. And I
is.
don't think any of us really realize just the amount of engineering. I mean,
I think we do.
it's incredible. I don't know.
But you haven't seen it yet. You don't know.
No,
but
You don't
but
know
just
if
it's
how
wonderful.
incredible it is. I mean, obviously they're employing new technology, but it remains to be seen whether or not what effect that has and how well it's implemented. I'm sure, I have high hopes. It's going to be going to be awesome.
It's gonna
but
be fabulous.
Nonetheless, it is still very unusual, Jackie, that they are holding a press event
It
for
is.
something that is not open. That's a
is.
fact. So let's go on to number 3.
It is. So that thread got to be up to 573 pages in just over a month. So I wanted to point that out.
But a lot of that turned into a community thread as opposed to information about rivers of light.
well,
It happens.
a little bit, but there was a second thread that was created that is just their hangout. It's
I
a
read that
lounge.
thread, and a lot of it is silliness. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with silliness, but I think the fact that it's 576 pages, it's not 576 pages of hardcore information.
No, but it was before. It was at about 560 before the
All right, next thread.
yeah. So
These are your boards, and you don't want to hear about them.
Yeah, it's just like, okay,
Oh, just kidding.
it's a 1-hour show.
So in the third spot, I picked mistakes made on first trip, and this one's over on the theme parks attractions and strategies board. This thread was started by Misha72683. Talks about some mistakes that she made on her first trip, and she also talked about things that she would do differently on her next trip. And she asked other posters to do the same. And I picked this thread because I think it's really cool. I think that just because one person has an opinion, that doesn't mean that it is the way it goes. And what might work for one person might be a mistake for someone else. And so people are weighing in and, talking about different dynamics of their families and different ages of kids and what works differently for some. And I just think it's a really cool thread. There's just so much to see and do, and one person's mistake might be someone else's pixie dust. You just never know. So that one you can find on the Theme Parks Attractions and Strategies forum. In the number 2 spot, I picked How is the Diz Bankrupting You? And this one was trending on the Theme Parks Attractions and Strategies board as well, and started by Princess with a Blaster. This thread discusses those great suggestions you've all read on the boards, suggesting must-have items to make your trip perfect, from matching t-shirts to different moisture-wicking items to packing cubes. You might just go broke before you leave on your vacation. Folks are weighing in with their lists of stuff they never would have brought had they not learned about it right here on the disc boards. So really fun. So if you need some ideas for things to bring with you, take a look at that thread. And then the number 1 thread that I picked for March was the new Magic Kingdom paid Disney After Hours event was announced. And this thread went crazy right away, as you guys can all imagine. It seems like such a long time ago that the Magic Kingdom After Hours was announced on the Disney Parks blog. But on this thread, started by, now I'm going to say this wrong, Li Huan, I think it is, on our Theme Park Attractions and Strategies board. There's been lots of planning and discussion on whether or not people would pay the money for this event. Obviously really debatable because it just depends on who you are. Some people might like it, some people might not. So lots of conversation on that. We were hearing some reports from the first night, and it sounded like it was not as much of a success as we talked about on the news earlier. So, or was it? I don't know. I'm thinking it was pretty successful. I don't know. So,
Well, we'll see if Disney continues doing it.
yeah, then we'll know.
We'll know.
Yeah. So
All
that's
right.
it.
Well, thank you for that, Jackie.
Bet.
That is going to do it for our show for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next Tuesday with another edition of the Diz Unplugged. Thanks for being with us, everyone. And remember, stay out of the damn lakes. Have a good week.